Hey there, welcome to Mike's Workbench here in St. Michael's Forge, where we're getting stuff done, learning as we go, because as always, I know nothing, and this is all brand new to me every step of the way. So, the project we're working on now, I want to stonewash knives. I don't know what else to say. I want to stonewash knives. They look cool. So, since I started down this journey of knife making, I've done a lot of bluing with the knives. And I like, that darker look, but I really like that rustic look with the stonewash. It is just BA, and it's supposed to help protect it and all that. So I've been wanting to start doing that with blades instead of bluing and then worrying about that rubbing off. And so I needed to put together stuff. So I saw a number of videos online from different folks. I'll do the shout outs here. There's at least 3 now, I think. But making their own tumblers. And so what I'm able to do now that I have a VFD on here, is I can turn my bench grinder way down low. But the thing is, I need to have something to clamp on to the rest when I put it there, and have rollers and a tumbler system that fits up to it. Originally, I was going to use some stuff I had. Let me go down here. So I had this piece of fiberboard. See that there? And that would have worked okay, except there's one thing. When I picked up the short tube, I went to Lowe's and got one of these short PVC, hello, big, fat tubes here. It's just a bit too big for it to work comfortably, because I need to put something on either end so that when it's on the rollers, it won't slide off either way. Typically put another board or some piece, something going up. And I've seen that done with nails, with screws, with boards, number of different things. So I was just at Lowe's. I had to pick up a piece. I'm in the midst of doing some landscape work outside. I had to go there. And when I was there, I thought, what if I just got a bigger board? So for $9, I got a much bigger piece of wood here that we're going to use. I'll cut this. That means this can be glued up as is. So first step before we can do anything is to get this bad boy glued up. So I thought I'd do that now, then go out, finish the landscaping work, and then later it should be all dry and ready to roll. So what I've got here, let's bring these 2 pieces up. This is what I've got. And I've seen it done a number of different ways, but I got an end cap. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna glue it up to keep it nice and secure and firm. Then I have a collar, threaded collar. So one end fits flush. Again, we're gonna have to glue that up, and then an end cap that screws right in. That way I can open it up, drop the blade into the medium. Now, this is a pretty long tube, and you're probably saying, Mike, when you're doing smaller knives, isn't it gonna be hard to find the knife? We'll get to that when that time comes. I may get a secondary tube. But this will get me started, and for a big blade that I'm working on now, this will be perfecto. So I've got that. Then I've got my tumbler media down here. I've got the wheels. But the first step, like I said, get this bad boy glued up. So let's go ahead and get that started. This will all go into a single video, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. Then I gotta get outside, finish the landscaping before I can do any more on this. All right, so we got it all glued up. Now it's just a matter of letting it dry. And of course, now that we have this and we have the collar on here, this piece can actually just screw in and off to get our blades in and out. So that's step 1. Again, I went to Lowe's, I picked this up. It was over in the plumbing department. I forget how much it wasn't too bad. And picked up just an end cap for it. And this is, let's say what size, it's big. It's saying 4 inches, so 4 inches across. Which should give me plenty of clearance for the blades I'll be putting in here. So we've got that. If I ever want to stonewash a sword down the line, I might want a bigger one. We'll figure that out when that time comes. But step 1 is done. Next, after I do all my landscaping, we'll be mounting the wheel, cutting the board. We're gonna have to put then fit it up on there with an indent so that it can recess, so that this can get contact with the belt going around. I also need to put some type of a rubber surface. I've seen rubber bands and other things being used. I'll take a look at what I have around the shop. We'll figure that out and we'll get the wheels mounted. And so there we go. Step one is done. It's in the books. All right, I am hot and sweaty. I just finished getting the sprinkler system fixed out there and I'm sweating my behind off, but we're gonna get started. So what we need to do is this. I'm gonna walk through it real quick, then we're gonna do it all on hyperlapse speed so that we can speed things up and fit it all in at 10 minutes. Here's my board. I gotta cut my board so it's slightly longer than my tube. So I'm gonna measure that off, we'll cut that. Then we're gonna affix the wheels. Well, excuse me. Then we're gonna take the cut board, we're gonna bring it over. I put the rest right there on the grinder rest. So that's in place. We're gonna line this up. We're gonna mark off, and I need to have it indented so that this can slide up so that the tube will actually be making contact with a belt in there. So we're gonna cut that. We'll measure that off. We'll cut that. I'll do, I think on the bandsaw, most of that, at least the major parts. And then, yeah, it's gonna be ugly, but it'll work. Then we'll affix the wheels, get those set, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do on the side. And then the final step will be to put the medium in. And I have two. I have the Tumbler meter. There's the, oh, what is that stuff? 1/4-inch pyramid, green unsaturated resin, and then the other one is some other stuff. Whatever it is, I don't know. I'd have to get closer to read it. I'm hot and sweaty. But let's go ahead. Let's get this build going. You know what? Forget it. This is gonna be YouTube. We'll just do some little fun stuff on Instagram, and I'll point to the YouTube video. I want to walk through everything. So let's go ahead. First is to measure this off. All right. So, like I said, we're gonna measure this off. This is all dry. I just screwed the end cap in there. We're still constrained for space. My guy I hired to build the shed to get all the other junk out of here still hasn't gotten back to me. So I need to ping him tonight. So I'm just gonna come in just slightly from the end there, and then maybe to here. There we go. Give it a little bit of leeway. We can then set, whatever I'm gonna put down there to help keep this into place. But that's good. So let's go ahead. We are gonna get this hooked up, and we'll use the miter saw to go ahead and cut that. So put this over here. Yep, lots of extraneous film here. I don't need the light, I don't think, for that. There we go. Again, you can see, boys and girls. All right, here we go. So here you can see, there's the board. The tube is going to be on those wheels, but notice how it hits here. So what I need to do is we are going to take, and we'll go even, just a little more than 2 inches on either side. So let's measure that off. All right, we got that and our pencil. Very nice. Let's see. Oh, that's at 30 inches is what I did. Wow, I did it in exactly 30. My wife says I have a knack for eyeballing stuff and hitting measurements right on. So 30, 15 is the dead point. So let's see, 15, 16. So I'm just going to come out a half from each. All right, there's 16 and a half, and 14, so 13 and a half. Just want to make sure I got plenty of clearance there. All right, so there we go. Now we've got that. We're going to cut this piece out. I'll do that on the bandsaw. We'll go here, here. I don't have a lot of the saw stuff, woodworking, so we'll use what we got. And then maybe I'll make some cuts, you know, diagonals, different shape. But let's go ahead. That I will definitely hyperlapse. I'm not going to bore you. All right, so can't use this. It's too small a unit. This will not fit. I can't even get to the closest one. It's just not going to work. So what we're going to do instead is use this bench. And here's my Harbor Freight Sawzall. And we're going to give this a try. This ought to be fun. So, boys and girls, probably a good idea, but whoa! Just need a good way to hold that and keep it from moving. There we go. Try that. All right, it is ugly, granted. We'll clean it up a bit, but we got a surface done. So let's take a look. Let's just quickly turn this around. Come back again over here. And yeah, see, that's gonna fit nice and eat right, beautiful. All right. The idea is, and I need to bring it back just a tad, we want to be able to have this here, and then I'm going to clamp it down with clamps when it's running to keep it from moving. So, beautiful. So we're good. All right, so you might notice I have some other clamps up here. So what I did was I secured the back wheels. Notice how I turned these ones upside down. I found out when I went to go put on my thing. Oops. Yeah, they hit them. So these will always be inverted, but they'll work fine. These are ready to secure, these back ones. And then I got it on here and I turned it on lowest power, and I ended up, and I adjusted until it was just rolling comfortably. And I have 1 inch back for the holes and 1 inch for the left one. So it'd be the right one here. So 1 and 1. Just gonna quickly measure that off with this other one here. We'll get that done. That takes a look-see. And let's see. I'm gonna come 1 in. This one. Yeah, right dead center of 1. Now I need to find some screws. So we're gonna secure these down. Then I'll have to find some to put over the center of that. I saw people doing duct tape that didn't work too well. We're gonna figure out something. I saw rubber bands, but it was $1 million, so I don't know. We'll take a look at that next. All right, like that. Bada boom. So that'll work. All right, so we're gonna fashion these ones down. Everything's rolling here. I still need to come up with something to put in the center, but that next. I'm not gonna bore you with me screwing these in, but that's all seems to work. All right, so I still need to do something with the ends here, but the wheels are secured. I'm going to have a different belt. This is a 24 grit I was using the other night. I'll probably use, I have an old conditioning belt, this one right here, that I'm thinking of using. I think it's a little thicker. I think it'll do a little bit better job, but just to get a sense as to where we're at, let's go ahead. Got that. And there we go. So you can see it's already moving off to the side, right? But yeah, we're rocking and rolling. So now I got to come up with something that I can have here to keep that from going in. And what I am thinking, although my thought patterns could be totally wrong with this, where did I just see those? Are these tall enough? Yeah. I could put 2 here and 2 like there, right? Either side. Again, just to make sure that that's not going to come out. So let's get, I need a just do it while we're, instead of talking, more doing. All right, less talking, more doing. Push that out. There we go. Just enough to get it to bite. That's one. And there's one on the ground. Okay, so let's see. Good there. This other one, I'm gonna back out and move. I'm sorry I'm wasting all your time with these videos. The heck? Let's try that. Hey, hey, hey. All right, good. So I did use duct tape, use purple duct tape. Seems to be working okay. Got it nice and low, got a set of 10. We're gonna put some medium in now. And then we're, see how that rolls. All right, so next we gotta put the medium in. I've got two different kinds here from Harbor Freight. We've got this one here is Tumbler medium, ceramic polishing, abrasive, polishes small metal parts. There we go. The other one, they're both 5-pounders, is, it says rust cutting abrasive resin. Removes rust from threaded fasteners without rounding edges. Uniform soft action. All right, so that's what I saw. One of the videos said to fill your container about 1/3, so I'm right to about there. And they said about half of each. So let's go ahead. Do that. And now let's get, whoa, this stuff's much bigger. Wow. This one's hard to get out. I'm just gonna say it right now. So it's easier on the side though. There we go. So I got about a half out from each. And that's it. Small, blended, light. Yeah. Deburring, okay. I don't know, the one I saw on YouTube, he was doing 2 5-pounders. These were the 2 5-pounders I saw. Those big ones look kind of big. But we'll give them a try. I don't know what'll happen, but we'll give them a try. So let's just seal that up. Seal those up. Let's go give it a whirl. All right, so did a couple things off camera. Number one, I dumped everything out and repacked it with just the smaller media, the resin. We'll see how that works. I'll do some experiments with that. But what I did was went ahead. I had too much in here, and I had seen that if you have too much weight, it won't spin. So here we go. This is what we got. And it's working. It ain't pretty, but it's working. I will tell you a couple of things. Number one, if you can do bigger wheels set further apart, more space, I think that would definitely help with this setup. These wheels were the cheapest I could get. They're small. Also, I had seen swiveling ones are probably preferable, but this seems to be doing okay. Then the other thing, I might put, now that it's making a line, I might put some duct tape to get a little extra grip where those wheels are going. The other piece on the center, the duct tape itself didn't work so well. I saw people using rubber bands. I had some bands from packing. They're huge, so I cut them, spread them out a little bit, and then taped them down. We'll see how that goes, but it's working, it's rolling. I've got it set right now at 10 on my VFD, and everything seems to be a go. I want to plop some metal in and see how that goes, but there we go. It's running, it's working. So next video that we'll do, we'll actually put something in here and treat it. So with that, Mike Gennady here, Mike's Workbench in St. Michael's Forge, stumbling along as I go and fumbling, but we figured it out and we have a working tumbler, as you can see. So have a great day, take care, and as always, ciao.